There's a brand new exciting update coming in Marvel Snap, giving us 2 new collection levels, some brand new cards, and a way that we can target specific cards. And if you're ready to hear all about this next update, as well as my prediction of when this update is coming, then you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button, and let's go smash it!
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Valley Maniacs. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Snap, Marvel Strike Force, and Marvel gaming content. There's at least 5 Marvel gaming videos per week on this channel. If you've already subscribed, thank you and welcome back. We're talking all about Marvel Snap and the exciting update coming very, very soon. I'm going to give my prediction in just a little bit, but there are some exciting things going in to this next update for Marvel Snap. Let's go right over to the blog post here. This update is going to bring a few exciting things. Not only are we going to get 2 new pools, so instead of just being at pool 3, we're at in the game right now, we're going to have 5 pools of cards. So some very rare cards in pool 4 and pool 5. We're going to reveal them in just a little bit. We're also going to get these very exciting things, these collector tokens. I'm going to talk about how those work, and these are ways that you could target specific cards. So if there's a card that you're missing from your collection, you'll be happy to know that you can start to target these cards. Now, the way that these pools work in Marvel Snap, in case you haven't been playing or in case you're new to Marvel Snap, currently in the game, there's 3 pools of cards. You start off in pool 1 and you get these pool 1 cards in a random order. But before you can move to pool 2, you're going to have all of these pool 1 cards. So by the time everybody's entering that same place in pool 2, you should have the same collection. As you enter pool 2, you have a bunch of pool 2 cards as well. You get those in a random order. But before you can move to pool 3, well, you're going to have all of those pool 2 cards. So by the time everyone enters pool 3, you should have the exact same collection. Now, pool 3 is very, very large, and this is where it gets very tricky, and you're leaving your fate up to the RNG gods, because sometimes you can get an awesome card that's just going to accelerate your collection. Sometimes you get a very bad card. Sometimes you don't get anything, because as you know, with those collector chests, sometimes you could get a card, sometimes you could get some gold, sometimes you could get some boosters, sometimes you could get some credits. But yes, sometimes you get these cards and sometimes they're not as good as you want, but there's going to be a way to mitigate that with these collector tokens. Now, what they're also doing is adding 2 new pools. So because pool 3 is very big and you get all these cards, sometimes you get what you want. Sometimes you just don't get that piece to finish up the deck that you want to build. And you have to wait a long time towards the end of pool 3 if you're very unlucky to get that card. Well, now there's going to be 2 new pools, pool 4 and pool 5. The thing about these new pools, to get into pool 4, well, you have a very low chance of also pulling a pool 4 card in when you're in pool 3. So you don't have to complete pool 3 to get these pool 4 and pool 5 cards. We're going to talk about these cards though, but the more important thing, the more exciting thing is these collection tokens. What they wanted to do, the 2 things that they wanted to address are the players that want specific cards, and they're doing that with these collection tokens here. While players may enjoy the variation collections that come from randomness, others can feel the frustration with their ability or inability to target specific cards that they really want. And yeah, if you're wanting that one last card to complete that deck, it can be very, very frustrating, especially if you want that 1 key card. So they're going to mitigate that with these collection tokens and more collecting goals. And what that is going to be addressed by is these 2 new pools, a pool 4 and pool 5 cards. So let's talk about this token shop. Talk about targeting. So in the next patch, and my prediction for that next patch, they don't mention a date here, but if you go in game right now, that Black Panther season pass is ending in about 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks right now. So that's when I'm guessing this is going to go live. Let me know if there's any other information about a specific date, but my guess would be as soon as that Black Panther season pass ends, we're going to get this in a game. All right. So collection tokens can be found in collector caches or reserves, which are the boxes on the collection level track starting at level 500. And again, that level, your collection level, is that green box right on the top of the screen there. You can use these tokens in the token shop to acquire cards that you don't have. And the good thing about this token shop, it rotates every 8 hours. You get some new cards in that shop. and these cards rotate often. So if you want to get that card that you want and you see it there, the good thing is if you don't have enough tokens there, what they're going to allow you to do is pin these cards right here. So you see this pin right here. Let's say you wanted this Cerebro card. Well, you could pin this card. So when that you actually have these these tokens saved up and you want that card, well, you can buy it. And what they say with this system, you're going to make constant progress towards unlocking the cards that you want the most. Cards have always been split into separate series, or what I've talked about earlier with the different pools. You must earn every card in Series 1 before you can earn cards in Series 2, and every card in Series 2 before you can earn cards in Series 3. And how do you get these collector tokens? Well, collector tokens are replacing boosters. Thank goodness, this is a huge change. I don't know if you guys are in pool 3 yet. Open those collector caches and getting these getting boosters, which is very unfortunate because boosters are the only thing that you can earn just by grinding the game. The other things in those collector caches, like gold, like those actual cards, like those credits, you can earn just from grinding the game. So this is good that they're removing that. Collector caches and reserves will have a 25% chance to drop 100 tokens each, but once players have all the Series 3 cards, they have an additional 22 chance to get 400 tokens, a significant increase. So if you already have all of the pool 3 cards, what are these for? Well, there are more cards on the way. Like I said, they're adding Series 4, Series 5, aka pool 4 and pool 5 cards. They're rare cards, and they're launching Series 4 with 10 new cards. We're going to talk all about each and every one of those cards, but unlike the earlier series, like I talked about earlier, Series 4 cards can be found in collector reserves cards. Whether you have all of the Series 3 cards or not, this is different, like I talked about earlier, than the Pool 1 and Pool 2. To get into Pool 2, you have to have all of this Pool 1 cards. To get into Pool 3, you need to have all the Pool 3 cards, but to get into Series 4 and 5, you don't need all of the Series 3 cards. These are quite rare, 10 times more rare than Series 3 cards. So if you're looking for something specific, you could target it in the shop and or just get very, very lucky. But the good thing is you can target these with the shop. They're going to be a little more expensive though. We're going to go over this cost down here in just a little bit, but these ultra rare cards, they're launching with 6 new cards, including Thanos and Galactus. Yes, so you can finally have someone draw that Galactus without an Agent 13 or without adding a random card to your list. These cards are the rarest in the game. They can also be found in collectors' reserves. They're 10 times even rarer than Series 4, which by my calculations makes them 100 times rarer than the Series 3 cards in those collector caches, or the collector reserves. When they release new cards or season pass cards no longer available in the season pass, they'll temporarily be added to Series 5. While we don't expect players to get every new Series 5 cards immediately, since every card is going to be good or useful for every player, or not every card is going to be useful for every new player. You'll decide which cards are worth saving collector tokens for. And I guess it depends on what kind of deck you're trying to build, because some cards are very strong in one deck, not very strong in a lot of other decks. All right, so how much are they going to cost? Well, for your Pool 3, aka Series 3 cards, you're going to need to spend 1,000 tokens to get those. Series 4 is going to be 3,000 tokens, and Series 5, 6,000 tokens. So save them up. You're going to be having to save for a while, especially if you're only getting 100 tokens each time you open a collector reserve, or a little more, 400 tokens if you have all of the Pool 3 cards. So it's going to take you a while to save up these cards, but the good thing is you don't just have to rely on RNG to get these cards. You'll get them all eventually, yeah, and over time you should get all of these cards. Some cards will be moved down from Series 5 to Series 4. Some cards will be moved from Series 4 to Series 3, and this ensures players starting later aren't going to experience an enormous gap between a player who's been playing for years, and this means that you aren't sure to spend all of your full token price of the new Series 5 cards, and you can wait till it gets cheaper. So that is a good thing. If you don't want to, if there's a card in Series 5 that you want, it's a little too expensive, well, maybe down the road it's going to go to Series 4 and you can spend a little less there. And the same thing with cards in Series 4. You can maybe wait for them to go down in Series 3 if they are potentially going down there, saving a little more of your tokens there. As they say here, they're still figuring out the exact details of cards moving between a series, but it's a whole new system. They're very eager to see how players engage with it. Their goal is that cards generally take months, not years, to move down to series, which is very different than the other game that I play, Marvel Strike Force, where some of these characters take over a year to get into the free-to-play players' hands. All right, so there's gonna be a gift for when you get started. And so when this patch launches, you're gonna get a bunch of collection tokens. So as long as, if you're in the collection level 500 to 99 or 999, you're gonna get 3,000 tokens. So that should give you 3 potential pool 1 cards there. If you're collection level 1,000 to 2,999, well, you're gonna get 6,000 tokens, giving you a potential of 6 pool 3 cards. And if your collection level is over 3,000, you're gonna get 12,000 tokens. So you can get a bunch of stuff there. And that means that if you're in a very high collection level, you can start to get some of these Series 5 cards if you see them pop up in your store right away. So if you're not at collection level 500, well, for players currently under that level, they'll be granted 3,000 tokens when they unlock the token shop at collection level 500, which is very, very good. I like this catch-up mechanic. So as soon as you get to that collection level, you can start to unlock the cards that you want. They're very excited to add these brand new cards, and we can't wait for players to finally pick up and choose which cards they want. Me as well. All right, so let's go talk about these new cards. The first is our gal Jessica from, or Jennifer, right? Yeah, Jennifer from She-Hulk. It is the She-Hulk, costs 1 less for for each unspent energy last turn. This seems like it goes well with a character like Sunspot. This goes very well with that. So if you want to keep using the Infinite or She-Hulk, some interesting combos there. All right. We also have the arch rival Titania. When any card is played to those locations, this card switches. Another very interesting card here. 1 cost card, but every time a card is played there, it switches sides. So I actually see this working in conjunction with maybe a Storm or or Professor X, something that you play when the location is ready to lock down. Luke Cage, this is an interesting one. Your cards can't have their power reduced. This is a 2/1 card, and I'm not sure if this is like an on reveal, if it's only at the location, if it's all of your cards, if there's cards in your hand, or just every single card in your deck or whatever. So curious to see how this actually works. This looks like a very strong card, this Absorbing Man. 4/3. If the last card you play has an on reveal ability, this card copies it. So I can see some big synergy with someone like Wong, or even Odin or someone like that. I mean, it's a 4/3, so probably doing a strong turn 3 card, but in some of these weird RNG battles, maybe getting some crazy characters here or some crazy plays here. Maria Hill, adding a random 1 cost card to your hand. That doesn't seem too appealing to me, but you know, there probably are some awesome combos in there. Random card though, so it could be someone really bad, like a Quicksilver or something. All right, Agent Coulson is the 3/4, adding a random 4 and 5 cost card to your hand. That one seems a lot better than Maria Hill. You could get something good, something bad, but at least it's a 4 and 5 cost card, which is a little more powerful than a 1 cost card. We have a Helicarrier, 6/10, very, very strong. When you discard with his hand, replace it with 3 random cards. So obviously this is to be used in a discard deck there. We also have M'Baku from Black Panther. If this card is in your deck at the end of the game, it leaps to a random location. That's interesting. 2 extra power. We have a Tuma here. If you have another card here at the end of your turn, destroy this. Oh, that is a 4/10. So interesting play there. Interesting play there. And we have Orca of +5 power if this is your only card here. So like Namor, but a little stronger, a lot stronger actually. So that could be 14, a 6/14. That could be a very strong, almost like a Giganto. All right, and then we're moving on to Series 5. We got 2 cards, or a few more than 2 cards. We have Galactus, which is a strong one. If there's the only card here, destroy all the other locations. I don't know if you got in that card with some of the locations or some of the random Agent 13 pulls, but that is a fun card to play. Valkyrie, set all cards at this location at 3 power. I see some interesting synergy there. We also have Super Skrull. He has an ongoing effect, of all enemy cards. My goodness, that could be very, very strong. This could be a super strong card. We also have Shuri, the legendary Shuri. Double the power of the next card you play. That's a 4/2. That has some good synergy with Black Panther, although that opens Black Panther up to some Shang-Chi synergy. Bast, the power of all cards in your hand sets them to 3. So, that that could make a lot of cards weaker. I don't know if I like that card, but I'm sure there's some interesting combos with that card that I'm not thinking of yet. Thanos, this is the big one here. At the start of the game, shuffle the 6 Infinity Stones into your deck. That could be very, very good or very, very bad. 6 extra cards into your deck. Let's check them out. The Mind Stone, draw 2 cards from your deck. It's a 1/1. The Power Stone, it's a 1/3. If you played all 6 stones, Thanos has plus 10 power wherever he is. The good thing, these are only 1-cost cards though. And you're probably gonna need someone that draws a lot of cards. Transform this location to a new one, draw a card. All right, that's like a Scarlet Witch there. Soul Stone, draw a card. Ongoing enemy cards here have 1 power, and I like all of these. I'm reading all of these. It looks like with all of these stones, these Infinity Stones, you're going to draw 1 card, so giving you a potential to get even more stones here. The Space Stone, next turn you could move 1 card to this location and you're going to draw a card. And then the Time Stone, last but not least, is a Time Stone, and with that you could gain 1 energy on the next turn, and you're also going to draw a card. So that is the update coming. Like I said, my prediction for this is after this Black Panther season pass is over, which is in about 2 weeks or so. Let me know what your favorite part of this. Let me know what card you're going to pin as soon as you see it in that collection spot. I think for me, the card that I want, or the cards that I want, is a Wong Mystique combo. I don't have those cards in my deck yet, and those are very, very strong cards. Although a Patriot Ultron combo would be a very strong card. Let me know what you want, though. And I'll see you guys next time. If you haven't already, check me out on social media. Check me out on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Give me that Hulk fist bump before you go, and have yourself a great day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.